Easy. We got easy ways to wear anybody down. You just make them miss. Make them miss. That takes a load of energy from you. Make them miss and land smart punches. Stay protected in there.
It was a little surprising not to hear my name called, but it's boxing. I've been a fan of this game for a long time, and now certain stuff go. Yeah.
Being suspended by the board, getting a massive hefty fine by the board, the show could be in risk of being cancelled. All these things, he knows the power to be. They know that they want to fight desperately. So he's going to do whatever he wants to try and get under the skin.
But what does he know? He knows fuck all. I'm disgusted with. And some of it's aimed probably not at him, more at me, because they're small-minded pricks. But they know fuck.
Well, job kind of tedious though, but it was pretty simple, yeah.
What stage would you need to get to in your career? Maybe it's just winning this particular fight to be able to say, I'm never going back to that. I'm never going to do that job again.
I'm kind of there now. I'm kind of in that field now. I don't want to put the brakes on. I just want to keep going, keep moving forward in my career. Like I tell a lot of people, boxing is not a sport you can do all your life. So you gotta make the best of it while you can. So if I can, if I can, I would love to.
People think because you're a promoter, you like all that stuff. Me, I didn't like what happened. They both got that, and who will prevail? Because I'm not being disrespectful. They're in their 40s, aren't they now? So the speed that they had a few years ago is not there. Their styles will blend to make it a real, as soon as that bell goes, right on top of each other.
You honestly think if these two come together like this, you know what's going to happen?
So what you
And now they're trying to pick on the old man, and the old man will go to town. But there's enough young men, we'll sort him out for them.
You want some smoke from Carl Frost?
I'll be Cal.
Because I'm not them. I'm Jermaine Franklin Jr. I'm a warrior inside and out, and I'll die for this. So he gonna have to do the job. I'm not laying over.
If he's going to play a villain, he's playing a very good villain right there, because that's all everybody's talking about. It's like, why? What were you thinking? I'm actually surprised by Chris.
Jermaine Franklin versus Moses Itauma is a really, really good fight for Itauma's progression. I think he's a solid opponent. I've got no issues whatsoever. It's on a very, very good card. No mention of pay-per-view as well, which is even better. But it's a solid opponent. Jermaine Franklin, when he fought Dillian Whyte, going into that fight, I kind of looked at him and thought, he looked awkward, but nothing special. He gave a good account of himself against Dillian Whyte. Some people actually felt that he did enough to win the fight. I wasn't one of them. I thought Dillian Whyte.
I don't think anybody can beat me, especially with the team that I've got. I don't think anybody can beat me on my night. I think, obviously, nobody's invincible. Like, there's a possibility that it can go wrong. But I just think if you're talking about like on the odds, I just don't think anyone could be stacked.
Jermaine Franklin just slapped the soul out of Moses Itauma at their face-off. And when you hear why he did it, you're going to lose your mind. This isn't some staged WWE nonsense. This is real hatred brewing between two heavyweights who genuinely can't stand each other. Franklin didn't just wake up and decide to create chaos. Moses Itauma said something so disrespectful, so personal during their stare-down that Franklin's hand moved before his brain could stop it. And now we've got a situation where security can barely keep these guys in the same building without someone getting hurt.
It's hard to, with a guy like I can change. I can change very fast. I can change subtly. I can show you what you think you know, and then I can show you something completely different. So, I'm pretty sure they made a game plan off of old tapes they had me at far.
But here's where it gets wild. Frank Warren, the legendary promoter who's seen everything in boxing, stepped in with damage control mode. Warren's been around long enough to know when fighters are putting on a show and when things are genuinely dangerous. His calm but firm response tells you everything you need to know about how serious this situation has become. Warren values sportsmanship and respect above all else. But even he can't deny that this personal animosity has turned what should have been a standard heavyweight bout into must-see television. The man who's promoted some of the biggest names in British boxing history is watching two fighters who have completely abandoned any pretense of professional courtesy.
Yeah, and I'm already knackered. Yeah, but it's all fun. All good, all good. Listen, I think the fans and the audience who tunes in to watch it or get to see it is going to be, they're the winners.
And get this, Eddie Hearn had to admit on camera that they need maximum security just to keep Franklin and Itauma separated. Think about that for a second. These are professional athletes who are supposed to handle press conferences and face-offs as part of their job. But the tension has escalated so far beyond normal fight promotion that Hearn's team is genuinely worried about what might happen if these two get within arm's reach of each other again. The energy backstage is reportedly electric, with both camps on edge and everyone walking on eggshells. This isn't controlled chaos anymore. This is barely controlled at all.
I think we put together a brilliant fight with Jermaine Franklin, the American. It's going to be a good fight. I think, with Moses and him, I think it's going to be a good fight, and I think it's a good test for Moses.
Now listen to this part. Roman Fury jumped into the mix with a warning that even got the veterans' attention. He made it crystal clear that nobody in their camp is backing down if things escalate further. The atmosphere around this fight has become so charged that even experienced fighters and trainers are talking about potential brawls breaking out. Every conversation, every interview, every interaction between these camps is loaded with the possibility of violence. Fans are starting to wonder if we'll even make it to fight night without someone throwing hands in a hotel lobby or parking garage.
Brings his own problems to Jermaine, but they're probably around the same height, maybe Moses a couple of inches taller. I like this matchup. Stylistically, I like this matchup as well. Like, Jermaine comes to fight, and that could sort of fall into Moses.
Hold up, did you catch what Franklin said next? I don't know you, Bomba Kiko. The man completely lost it and started talking like he was ready to fight right there on the spot. Franklin's not just playing a character here. He's genuinely fired up and believes his experience gives him every advantage he needs to destroy Itauma. This isn't trash talk for the cameras. This is a fighter who's been disrespected and is ready to prove a point with his fists. Franklin's intensity is so real that everyone in the room could feel it. He's not here to play games, shake hands, or put on a show. He's here to hurt someone.
Could have been a huge brawl in there because both entourages are huge, about 25 in each team. There's about 150 international media here as well in the mezzanine floor. It was still dramatic anyway, but thankfully the security did a great job as well.
But here's the kicker. Johnny Nelson praised Franklin for embracing the villain role perfectly, but what Nelson doesn't realize is that Franklin isn't playing a role at all. In boxing, the character you portray can be just as powerful as your skills in the ring, and Franklin is making headlines for all the right reasons. Fans are absolutely captivated, talking non-stop about his audacity and boldness on social media. This is the kind of authentic personality that creates legends, and Franklin is showing he's not just fighting Moses Itauma. He's commanding attention, building genuine hype, and controlling the entire narrative with every word and action. The energy around him is electric and impossible to ignore, but it's not manufactured drama. Here's what nobody's talking about, though. Liam Go broke down the matchup with expert insight that reveals why this fight is actually perfect for both fighters' development. Franklin is up against a legitimately strong opponent in Moses Itauma, and Go believes this matchup will expose exactly what both men are made of. Franklin's past performance against Dillian White showed serious promise, even though some critics thought he fell short when it mattered most. This fight represents Franklin's chance to prove he's more than just hype and social media buzz. He needs to show fans he can handle real pressure against a dangerous opponent who's not intimidated by his antics. And get this, Moses Itauma responded with supreme confidence that borders on complete arrogance, declaring himself nearly unbeatable on his best night. His words reveal the kind of mental strength and self-belief that's absolutely essential in high-stakes heavyweight boxing. Itauma is clearly preparing to intimidate Franklin psychologically, making fans feel the tension building even before they step through the ropes. This type of mind game can completely affect opponents, adding a psychological warfare element to what's already a heated rivalry. Franklin now faces a man who truly believes he's untouchable, which transforms this clash from just a physical battle into a complete war of wills and mental toughness. But wait, it gets worse. Isaac Lowe highlighted how explosive the face-off became with hundreds of people watching Franklin lose his composure. The reaction was almost inevitable given the level of provocation that had been building for weeks. The intensity of boxing isn't just contained to the ring, and these moments show the raw emotion and adrenaline that makes this sport so compelling. Fans absolutely love this drama because it gives them a real sense of danger and unpredictability that you can't script or fake. This confrontation has set the tone for everything that follows, showing that both men are willing to defend their pride, and create a spectacle that fans will remember long after the final bell rings. Now here's where Franklin showed his tactical brilliance. Despite all the chaos and emotion, he explained how he can adapt his strategy on the fly once they're inside the ring. He respects Moses Itauma's speed and athleticism, but his confidence in his own experience gives him a crucial mental edge. Franklin's mindset proves he's evolved beyond being just a brawler who relies on power. He's become a strategist ready to exploit any weaknesses he can find. Fans can sense his calculated aggression beneath all the heated exchanges, making this fight a fascinating battle of both brains and raw power. Franklin's preparation and adaptability have elevated expectations for what promises to be a truly electrifying and unpredictable showdown. Frank Warren wrapped things up by praising the matchup as a brilliant pairing that will test both fighters in different ways. He emphasized that despite all the drama and personal animosity, this fight represents genuine skill versus skill at the highest level. Warren highlighted that this isn't just manufactured hype for pay-per-view sales. It's a real test that will expose Moses Itauma's championship potential while giving Jermaine Franklin the platform he needs to prove himself on the biggest stage. The excitement is absolutely palpable as fans anticipate a battle that could genuinely go down to the wire, blending strategy, devastating power, and pure heart in equal measure. Here's what Roy Jones Jr. noticed that everyone else missed. Despite all the tension and chaos swirling around him, Franklin has maintained his focused energy and professionalism when it matters most. Even with emotions running this high, Franklin stays calm and controlled during actual training and preparation, showing he's mentally prepared for everything this fight will throw at him.